Evening of Tuesday, 17 March is today, 2026. It's getting up to 24 hours now, which is a day that this explosion from Boko Haram rocks Borno State capital, Maiduguri. When it happened, I intentionally said in my mind, let me see if all these people who are protesting against Israel and US that they are bombing Iran and chanting death to America in the streets of Abuja. I've been waiting for it. I didn't see anyone protesting against this bomb blast. You see, you might hate me for what I'm about to say. Nigeria is not one, and it can never be one. The acceptance of terrorism, the acceptance of Boko Haram, Islamic militants, jihadists, call them the name you want to call them, Iswap, Mahmoudan, Lakurawa, Al-Qaeda, Hezbollah, Hamas, they are all the same. The acceptance of these people in Nigeria is second to none. These people are more accepted than some ethnic nationalities in Nigeria. Boko Haram, ISWAP, they are more accepted, like they are more acceptable to Nigeria than some ethnic groups. Why? Because of racism, or should I call it racism? For me, my definition of racism has nothing to do with its skin color. It also has to do with whether your religious belief, what makes you minority that people use it against you. So I call it racism. Now, if you check this thing out, you will see that there are some groups, especially that time of OPC, Oduduwa People's Congress. Pay attention now. Obasanjo, Buhari pushed Obasanjo to make sure that Obasanjo declared that they should shoot them at sight. That is apart. The same thing happened to Biafra agitators. But Boko Haram, who are killing soldiers every day, the National Security Advisor, many of them still come out to say, no, these people are our brothers. And the spokesperson will say, no, they are still Nigerians. Now, you see the issue here. Nobody is protesting. I mean, nobody is protesting about what is going on. So this is very unacceptable. And it shows one thing, Nigeria is not one and Nigeria cannot be one. Now, let me drive you to the second thing that came to my thought when this issue happened. I said, just imagine if Abia State Governor Alex Otti or Anambra State Governor Chukwuma Soludo or any governor from the southern part of the country said, in 1 year, I'm going to spend 7.7 billion or 7.1 billion naira just for IPOB to rehabilitate them into the society. And while they are spending this money for IPOB will still be killing soldiers 101 week, be destroying, be bombing everywhere, infiltrate the whole country. I tell you this, if that happened, every Igbo man they will see on the street, they will kill the person. Once they see you, even though you are not an Igbo man, you are from Niger Delta, you are from Edo, if they just see you, they will kill you. They will say that you are the problem. You are the one killing them. You are doing this. You are doing that. They will not spare your life. I'm telling you what will happen. Just imagine if Alex Otti even called a meeting and said, IPOB, I'm giving you people 1 billion naira. Don't do this, don't do that. I'm just giving an example. You will see the tone of the nation. You will see the reaction of the nation. It will be everyday talk of Ruben Abati and Rufai Oseni. It will be everyday talk of all these TVC news crews saying, okay, Bandoye, when you go to Honest Broadcast, that the freeze will use it as everyday talk. But guess what? This is available on the budget. They pass this budget. They scrutinize it. They pass it. They spend 7.1 billion in 1 year to rehabilitate Boko Haram, who later bomb Borno State, who later kill soldiers, who gather intelligence for people. Like, something is wrong with Nigeria. Anybody telling you Nigeria can become one, the person is deceiving you. The person is not telling you the truth. These people have accepted Boko Haram. They have accepted ISWAP. They have accepted terrorism. Terrorism is part of their system. You can't tell me otherwise that the Borno State government are paying terrorists. Then, how can, if you still doubt me up to this point you are listening, now answer this question. How was Andi Modu Sheriff able to appoint a Boko Haram commander as a commissioner of religious affairs for the implementation of Sharia? This shows that they are generally accepted into the society. We know the news, the intel of how federal government used to meet terrorists. They meet them always. Like, if you don't understand what I'm saying, I want you to remember what Sheikh Ahmed Gumi said in his last interview that was in the public space, that is in the public space now. He said that the federal government of Nigeria knows the name and the location of the terrorists in Nigeria. Now, whether he was using a figure of speech or he was just direct to what he was saying, but for me, I think what he was trying to say is that look at federal government is in contact with terrorist camps everywhere they are. Their leaders, federal government know their location and their name. And for you to know the location and the names of people who are troubling your country, and you did not do anything about it, it also shows a acceptability. Like these people have accepted them. That is the sole reason I said Nigeria can never be one. There is a socio-cultural value difference. There is a socio-cultural value clash. You see these people, you don't like their way, you don't like their religion, you don't like their culture, you don't like their value system. Anybody that you did not, like, you don't like their value system, you don't like their culture, you won't agree for that person to oversee an affairs, oversee a nation or a community or a country where you live. You will always oppose this person. I'm trying to get some people to reason again. I'm just trying to make you reason again because Nigeria is full of people who don't know the problem of the country. But we all claim we can solve the problem through ballots. We all claim we can solve the problem through gun battle in the field. We are all wasting our time for nothing. No political regime change that can bring stability to Nigeria. I am telling you the truth. This is the hard truth people don't want to say because of what they are faking. They are faking patriotism. No, I don't do that. You see what I'm saying now? Next 50 years, I will be able to sit down and say the same thing. But what you are saying today, will you be able to stand and say it next 10 years again? This is because you have been influenced by religion. You have been influenced by cultures. You have been influenced by politics. You have been influenced by either inducement or any kind of influence, or should I say duress? I don't know. But if you are saying something that you know out of your conscience, you will bear me witness that Nigeria has nothing to do with becoming a nation. We are never a nation. We have a country, but we don't have a nation because there are so many nations in this country. I want you to sit down and think about this. If these people could continue to pay these murderous terrorists, do you know how many soldiers that they are killing? Tinubu, are you seeing Tinubu visiting them where they are burying them, doing all those things? Like, these people have crossed their mind. We can't do anything about it any longer. They can't do anything. In their mind, they are saying, we can't do anything. Because we brought it. What they are doing, we accepted it. Now, in a nutshell, if these people cannot protest when their brothers, the same blood, are being killed, and they are protesting about what is going on in Iran, I want you to mark it. There is a global control that is pushing this Islamization, being supported by so many political figures and actors in Nigeria. And I've explained all these things far back before for you, just trying to let you know that if you are a kind of person again thinking about revolution in Nigeria, I'm sorry to disappoint you that revolution can only happen based on ethnicity. Yeah, there can't be a national consensus on pushing for revolution, because the revolution you're about to push, what is the basis of your idea? If it is to stop all these bad leaders, let us have a revolution to stop all these bad leaders. To a certain point, you may drive it because everybody is suffering, but to a point, it will get where it will reach. They will now turn it to culture or religion. They will turn it to culture or religion. You will see that this group will say, no, because my brother is the president, that is why you are doing this. Because my brother is the president, that is why you are doing this. My brother is the governor, that is why. They will start bringing all these issues of cultures and value system into it. Maybe in their meetings, they'll be telling you, no. These people are infidel. They want to disorganize. Like what they did to Jonathan, having meetings saying Jonathan is an infidel, that he don't deserve to be president again. Like, how do we get here? Anyway, it is what it is. I just said, let me remind you, if what happened in Borno State, if it is in Alagbo, if it is in Southeast that is happening, by now, everywhere, hell will be loose. Like, everybody will be fighting. But look at Borno State government funding terrorism in the name of rehabilitation. And he want the world to believe That shenanigans they call rehabilitation. And you rehabilitate people that will still give intelligence to Boko Haram to come and bomb you, like black man. Black man.
In the laws of war, at the end of the day, the Boko Haram fighters are still considered as Nigerians. They may have erred, and they will definitely account for whatever they have done. Are we saying, on account of the fact that they are Nigerians, if we have the opportunity to rehabilitate them, we should not? And I think that is what went into the thinking of the defense secretaries some years ago, which was also bought by the federal government and the Borno state government to arrive at the issue of the Borno model. So we take your observation seriously, and I can assure you that that review will be done, and you will hear our new operational directives for Operation Safe Corridor. Thank you.